Ooh, yeah, I'm on a bus. Ooh, I'm on a bus. Ooh.
Oh, I'm a bus. We're from. Take back your city. Your city.
Anyway, hello, welcome back to Katawa Shoujo, episode 90, I think this is. My god. We are going to go over 100. We are going to get over 100 episodes. Longest series I've ever done. The next day, I take the bus into the city. So yeah, last time we were sad because Ren had left. Next day, I take the bus into the city. It goes twice an hour. Starting in the morning, passing by the front gate of Yamaku at 20 minutes past and 10 to the hour. The ride takes considerably longer than the one Nomiya gave us in his car. I slowly read a book as the bus makes its rounds through the suburbs, pausing at almost every stop to pick up someone or let them out. It's like, oh god, hurry up. Ugh. Eventually we make it to the last stop at the city centre. The city is fair size, but not too large and seems too quiet. Nevertheless, I enjoy the atmosphere. Despite being slightly directionally challenged, I find my way from the bus station to the gallery without too much effort, and soon I find myself staring at the big letters saying 22nd corner. Inside, the gallery owner is intently studying a large painting hanging on the wall, a portrait of an old man. Good afternoon. She turns around to look at me, and a smile of recognition spreads on her lips. Oh, aren't you the young man from the other day? Shinchi student. Hisao, was it? That's right. Good afternoon, Miss Seonji. Seonji? Sai? Please, just say. Sai. I think it's Sai, isn't it? Sai? Sai? Say? Say? I think it's pronounced Sai. I'm going to say Sai. Because... No, it could be say. Say? Say. I must say. Please, just say. I don't want to feel any older than I am. You know, I'm so glad that even younger people show interest in art nowadays. It's so refreshing. What brings you here? Surely you aren't just on a courtesy visit, all the way from your school. Actually I came from Rin. I was hoping to see how she's doing. Oh, is that right? Well then, you need to step back outside. What? He said, what? Oh, fuck you, okay. Oh, right. You see, the atelier is actually at the next door on the right down the street. And up the stairwell. Just climb the stairs to the top floor. There's only one door there. You can't miss it. I give Sai my thanks, exit the gallery and locate the door she was talking about. It leads to a dark stairwell, which reminds me of the stairs leading to the roof of the school building. In fact, it looks like they've taken a picture of the stairs from a different angle. The stairs are steep, and even though it's only 5 floors, my breathing gets heavy before I reach the top. Ugh. And an assuming wooden door waits there for me. It's to Narnia. Waits for me there. Fuck me. It's unlocked, so I knock and enter. It's a grim picture. The atelier is really just one big room, with the ceiling lower at one end than the other because the roof of the building is gabled. There's a huge skylight in the ceiling that acts as the main source of light for the room, bringing in sunlight that reflects off the white painted walls. I suppose it's good to use natural light for art. There isn't much in the way of interior decoration. No surprise, since the room seems to have been used for storage for a while. All kinds of boxes and office furniture are scattered around the place. The room is dusty since it's not been in use for a while. I can see that someone has made some effort to clean up a little, but it's far from immaculate. Oh god, she just phased into view. Rin stands in the middle of the room with her back to me, staring at a half-painted canvas placed on the easel. How did she get dressed? Not working on it. Who dressed her this time? Not working on it, just staring and moving. She wears what must be second or third hand denim overalls over the standard school uniform shirt, much like the one I'm wearing. They look pretty worn, and are covered in paint splatters. From the way they seem to be loose or tight in places, I'm guessing they weren't originally Rin's. Hi. Hello. Rin doesn't judge me showing up as a worthy of turning around, saying maybe something more than just a mechanical reply to my greeting, smiling. Anything? She keeps on doing whatever it is she's doing. Probably some weird creative thing inside her head. Perhaps I should have expected as much. Still, I make another attempt at conversation. This is a pretty cool place. Big, too. It is. It is. Sai said I can use this as much as I like. I even have my own key. So how's the work going? She's going to turn around, though. She's not going to have any face, isn't she? It could be like a horror thing, no face. I begin to wonder... She doesn't answer for a while. I begin to wonder if she's already forgotten the question. As a cloud drifts over the building, shadowing the light pouring in from the skylight, the change in Rin's surroundings seems to wake her up. I don't know. It's like a huge ball. I don't really know which side is the right one. It's really huge. It's the hugest thing ever. Like a mountain growing inside of me. Like I swallowed a mountain whole. It's going to be hard, I think. Really very hard. I try to listen for undercurrents of stress or uncertainty in her voice, but I don't pick up anything like that. Why are you here? Her tone is not as unkind as the directness of the question would make it seem. Why, yeah, what are you doing? Well, you said it'd be fine if I came to visit, so here I am. I guess it's not for any real reason, but I thought you might like company or assistance or maybe some... Hisao, can you be quiet for about 15 minutes? Maybe 10 is enough. 5 definitely is not. You can talk afterwards. Her tone is... 15 minutes. Enough. Maybe you can talk afterwards. Her tone is sharp. Nothing like I've ever heard from her before. There's no command, no annoyance, no anger, but her voice pierces me all the same. Alright. With the silence that falls, anxiety creeps back into my heart. I wonder if it was a mistake to come here. Murmurs of traffic filter in from the outside, and I start to feel more and more uncomfortable. All my thoughts keep finding themselves returning to certain things that have been swirling relentlessly in the back of my mind for some time now. I feel like those thoughts will surface out of the tempestuous sea of my mind, whether I want it to or not. Desperate to divert my focus, I fixate on Rin's back as my mind races. Yeah, she's got a good back. Nice back, Rin. Bet you her face is missing. I don't think I've ever studied anyone's back so intently before. Her neck hidden by the copper-coloured hair, which is, again, in complete disarray. That relaxed yet rigid pose, reminding me that Rin's physical appearance often tends to be as awkward as her various trains of thought. Those gaunt, delicate shoulder blades, visible through the thin white fabric of hers. The contours of her hips curving down to her thin thighs. Pisses me off. Man, it fucking pisses me off. Really does she ever seem to be looking at me, whether literally or figuratively? I, on the other hand, am always watching her back, both literally and figuratively. Whether she's painting, whenever something catches her fluttery attention, whenever I don't forcefully make her listen to me, I can't reach through to her. Rin's heart is uncharted territory, dangerous waters, the blank areas on a map. The edge of the world? That's the name of this chapter. If I went too close, I wonder if I would fall off. What do I think of her? Sometimes she's aloof and distant and it annoys me. I'd have times her passion for the things she thinks worthwhile shines through and it inspires me. I can't understand her. Still, I like her and consider her my friend. Oh god, he's blanked out. I suppose part of the friendship is putting up with the oddities of the people you call friends. I have to admit, there's a lot of putting up with Rin. What does she think of me? I have no idea. Last week I thought she might have liked me romantically, what with the kiss and all. It forced me to ponder my own feelings too. This week, I'm utterly confused. What would she do if I told her I liked her that way? I wonder if I really do. Damn, I can't make sense of even my own thoughts anymore. It must be contagious. Even if I said a thing like that, would it matter? Nothing affects Rin. Nothing. Nothing! I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. Done. I find her turned around, now staring straight at me. It unnerves me. I try to remember what we, or rather I, was talking about before she requested a timeout. Time out! Oh, right, I just came to... I don't know. You still can't finish your sentences? It's not that. Fine. She retreats from the conversation, slipping away from me once again. She doesn't return to the painting, but instead keeps looking at me with that empty poker face of hers. I know. Poker face. I wanted to talk about some stuff. I've thought a lot about things. What things? Like, what happened last week and so on. What happened? I get the feeling she's playing with me. Why? I have no clue. It is not a game she's playing in my head. I'm pretty sure she doesn't deliberately try to screw with people. Maybe it's just my own mind playing tricks on itself. Still, Rin feels like a puzzle in the form of a girl. She's no Rubik's Cube of a human being. You gotta be quick if you want to sort her out. God, sorry, that did not mean to come out the way I meant it to. I feel attached. I feel attracted to it, compelled to solve it. The overly rational part of my brain refusing to let me give up. I can't leave her alone. I never would have believed I could be this obsessive about something. It's a bit weird, actually. He is a little bit obsessive. I didn't realise that. Why do I hesitate so much and keep running in circles around here? I don't have to do that. I already decided what I want to say. Rin. Saying her name with an intention like this makes my mouth dry, as if my subconscious is fighting against what I'm going to say next. I feel like I'm going to lock up any moment now. Rin looks up from her paint-covered toes and stops wriggling them, as there isn't anyone to observe them curiously now. The hard stare of her dark green eyes seems like a portent. I like you. I like you a lot, Cindy. I'm going to be spending a lot of time with you, Cindy. I'm going to be spending days, months, holidays, weekends with you, Cindy. I got nothing, no place else to go, nothing better to do, and nowhere else to go. There you go. I messed that up terribly, but I got it out. I like you. I like you a lot, Rin. Never leave me. The lack of any reaction is like a slap to the face. So, I mean, I'd like to like you as more than a friend. I'd like to... So, I mean, he's doing a good job so far. This is going well. What is more? The slow, hesitant words coming from between her strawberry-coloured lips are not the ones I was waiting for. Neither of the two possible answers that I'd been expecting, actually. I feel myself blushing heavily, as is par for the course in this kind of situation. Like, yeah, you're literally trying to talk with a robot girl. She probably doesn't even understand what romance is, doesn't understand what a relationship is. My heartbeat sounds like a percussion orchestra on drugs. Rin's Fork's innocent inquiry feels like I'm being grilled over hot coals. You know, like, romantically. No. Wow, there you go. No. No. Rin turns around, giving me the cold shoulder. She returns to looking at her painting. She makes a move to pick up her brush, which lies forgotten on the floor, but decides against it at the last moment. I can't talk about this kind of thing now. So, don't talk about that kind of thing, please. We are friends, right? So you can do that? The silence those words leave behind is deafening. I want to say something, but my mouth refuses to move. There's no way I can retain my dignity. Rin, he's going to freak out, isn't he? Rin finally picks up the brush without giving any explanation for her behaviour. Maybe there was something in her voice that gave away some emotion, but I couldn't say what. Her shoulders slump melancholy as her foot works at the canvas in front of her. She won't let me see her face, and I know it. Feeling the weight of my heart grow heavier. That's pretty... I feel sorry for Hisao. She's like, I kind of want to get together with you. No. I stand up to leave, for I can't stay here. I stand up to leave, for I can't stay here any longer today. It's like I have opened Pandora's box by stepping over some line that Rin didn't want me to cross, and she had to turn me down. I walk across the squeaky floor to the door leading to the stairwell. Rin's quiet voice stops me in my tracks as I'm about to open the door. Hisao? My hand still on the brass doorknob is waiting for me to turn it or to withdraw. Yeah? Will you come tomorrow? Yeah. I don't know. I think... Yeah, I don't know. She's weird. She's a strange girl. I think she kind of does, but not in a... I don't know. You know what? I'm not going to try and guess what she wants, because I have no fucking clue. After a night of bad sleep, I go for the day mostly on automatic. Oh no, it's the sad music. I imagine kind of like... You know, like in films you see someone on a dolly, Hisao just going like, just sort of like. Just sort of sliding around the room. I put on my uniform mechanically, do my schoolwork mechanically, eat my lunch mechanically, reply to teachers mechanically, and thus when the final rings, I still feel as if I'd just woken up. My mind feels blank and overcrowded at the same time, and I can't even begin to unravel the tangle of feelings I've gotten myself into. I spend the bus trip downtown staring out the window, thinking about these things. As a result, by the time I climb the stairs to the atelier, 4 floors above Say's gallery, I'm feeling completely exhausted. Expecting awkwardness, I quietly knock on the door before entering. I spot Rin at the centre of a small clear area in the room, working on a painting. She doesn't acknowledge my arrival in any way. Hi, I came, as promised. Rin snaps her head to my direction immediately. Was she waiting for me to say something? And locks that cold green gaze of hers on me. Although I'm sure my own face can't hide my feelings, Rin's expression is as expectant and neutral as always. The clouded, slightly absent-minded darkness in her eyes is like a wall standing between me and her. This is the first awkward silence between us that is truly awkward. Yesterday, both of us said something that we couldn't take back, and there's no way it can be undone. I guarantee you she's going to undo it now, because this is the way she works. I want to say something, but Rin forbade me from doing so. I can't even begin to guess what she's thinking, but I'm feeling the pressure of her lightless eyes on me, compelling me to break the silence without saying the thing I most want to say. To my horror, I find that I can't find any way to start a conversation. It's as if I've completely lost the ability to speak with her. Just keep working. If you're in the middle of something, I'll just sit down here. Rin words nodlessly at me? What? You know, I like to word nodlessly at people. Rin nods wordlessly. What the hell? How would you word nodlessly? Rin nods wordlessly at me and picks up the brush from the floor with the toes of her right foot. I sink into a worn-out sofa, picking up a book from my bag and opening it to where I stopped last night. I can't really concentrate on it, but it's better than doing nothing. The two of us are so close to each other, together in the same room, even, and yet both of us are doing our own thing, as if we were miles apart. I can't help but wonder about this unnatural situation. Why did I come here? Because she asked me to do so yesterday, of course. However, it looks like there's absolutely no need for me to actually be here. It makes me feel awkward at first, but as I recall the previous seances I've quietly passed with Rin, I settle down and try to tune into the same comfortable mood I was in back then. Time stretches, then slows down. The pages of my book rustle each time I turn them. After maybe half an hour, or one at most, Rin breaks the silence, to my complete surprise. Hisao? Yeah? Are you my friend? It's an echo of yesterday. I knew it. So even Rin couldn't just push it aside from her mind. Caught off guard, I answer honestly. I don't... Yeah, of course I am. Don't worry about stuff like that. Come on. Okay. She doesn't say anything further. I feel happy somehow. Several chapters later, I mark my spot, close the book, and put it away in my bag. Getting up from the sofa, I see that Rin's made considerable progress on her painting. Looks the same to me. I take a look at it for a bit. Still not quite finished, I suppose. It looks great. It's bad luck to comment on unfinished paintings. After that, I quietly leave the studio and catch the bus, taking me back to school. She's going to do something to change it. I know. Because there's always a sexy scene in each one of these, so, you know. Although I don't know how that's going to go with Rin. It's going to be really weird. I can't imagine Rin being very much into sex. Like, what the hell? Huh? Okay. Life settles into some sort of vague, undefined norm. I visit Rin whenever I can, but each time it is as strange as the first. They consist mainly of me watching Rin at work, or just reading a book on the couch while she works. We barely talk at all. Long, quiet evenings stretch over the last weeks of June. I sit on the couch in the Altilia, listening to the quiet rustle of Rin's brush and my own heartbeat, trying to make sense of the former and forget about the latter. I'm a silent visitor in this place, a ghost. At some point, I start thinking that my presence is meaningful to Rin somehow, but never end up asking her about it. I don't bring up the forbidden topic anymore either, and try to stop thinking about it altogether. It's hard to do so, and doesn't get any easier with the passage of time. My heart aches. You should just move on to Emmy. She's good. Cold. My heart aches every time I look at the awkward figure of the girl I decided I liked, yet who refuses to acknowledge it. I still can't seem to find the right words to talk to her about anything at all, but I find quiet solace in observing her from nearby. The distance between us doesn't feel that huge when I can be close to her, even if it's like this. Rin works like a demon. She just eats people and curses things. There's barely a moment when she's without a brush between her toes or walking in circles around her current work in progress, estimating it from every angle and distance. She seems to be completely taken over by her will to work, to change herself into the sort of artist she believes to be worthy of the trust that Nomiya and Sei have placed in her. Piles of sketches, works in progress, tubes of oil paint and brushes slowly begin to crowd the small Altilia, making it even messier than it was before Rin acquired the right to use it. I offer to help her clean up every now and then, but each time she refuses. It dawns on me that in her mind, the room is not in utter chaos. Rather, her system of keeping track of everything is so elaborate only Rin herself can make sense of it. She knows exactly where everything is, from the tiniest brush to that half-empty tube of crimson that's the perfect shade for some picture in progress. Rin walks from one painting to another, looking at them as if not remembering that she made them. She talks to herself or to the paintings, even when I'm present. Always just quietly enough that I can't make out the words. I love you, painting. You're so good. Hello, what's going on, painting? What are you doing? Every day, Rin pours herself onto the canvas for hours on end, squeezing every bit of her ability and even her soul. That's because she's a demon. She's given up her soul, and to make good on that promise she made to me, or herself. Black marks appear beneath her eyes, a sure sign that she's skipping sleep in favour of painting. Hope she's eating. I'm somewhat surprised to see her at school a few times. I never go and say hello, though, as I somehow feel it would break the silent magic of the evenings we share at the Atelier. Sometimes Sai comes by when I'm there. She gives me a certain kind of look when she shows up. I think she doesn't like that I'm always hanging out with Rin up here, but she never says a word about it. She isn't quite as full of praise for Rin's work as Nomiya, but it's visibly impressed. But it's visibly impressed, nevertheless. However, when she turns her eyes from the wonderful work of art to look upon the little red-headed girl that made them, a sudden, deep sadness floats onto the surface of her expression. I can't explain it, and she never talks about it. June turns into July almost without warning. End-of-term exams loom dangerously close, but all I can think of is Rin. I feel like a sleepwalker at school, looking forward only to the next time I get to visit that silent place above Sai's guy. Man, you are so whipped. Whoopata! Whoopata! After Rin refuses my attempts at directly helping with her work, I try to figure out other ways to help her. It finally dawns on me that she isn't eating properly. My course of action decided, I stop at the convenience store before going to catch the bus downtown on my next visit to the studio. I feel very energetic as I open the door to the Altilia and greet Rin. I brought you some fruit. You need vitamins and actual food, after all. Do you even eat up here? I do eat. If I didn't eat, I couldn't paint. Then why didn't you eat a couple of these? I say, bag of oranges! I shake the bag full of ripe oranges in my hand in a ploy to tempt Rin into taking a break. To my surprise, she actually lays her brush down and walks over to me to see what I brought. Her expression doesn't change at all when she looks into the bag. I can't eat oranges, Hisao. It does not work well with my feet. It doesn't work well with feet. That's alright, I'll do it. Of course I knew that she told me herself after all. I knew that. She told... I extract... I see, I knew. I extract the tiny fruit knife ahead with me and select one of the round fruits. After making the initial cut, I begin to peel it with my fingers. The strong scent of cut orange rind immediately fills the air as thousands of tiny droplets of oil burst from the skin. I remove the first selection of hard peel and shoot a glance at Rin. So, how's the work going? I don't know. It's like I'm in the center of some huge mountain of jelly and have to dig my way out. Mountain of jelly? That sounds awesome. I have a friend who's like got a fear of jelly. We keep meaning to encase his things in jelly. I've been doing that a lot. I'm gonna do that to him when we move in Cardiff. It must be stressful. I think it might be, even though it's just painting. All this, I think feels really strange. I wonder if Rin is the kind of person who likes to carefully remove all the white fibrous stuff from oranges before eating them, or the more careless type who just eats them as they come. Maybe neither. I'm the former type, so I meticulously clean the orange slices, one by one, while Rin watches the process with mild curiosity. I realise that I don't have the faintest idea about her likes or dislikes, or any of the other little details that make up the concept of a person for those around them. It's like in all this time, I haven't learned much about her at all. Once I finish lamenting that fact, I realise I've cleaned the entire orange and nearly split it into slices. I hold a slice up, bring it closer to Rin so she can pick it up. Yeah. She takes it directly between her lips, and then into her mouth hole. Her lower lip briefly brushes against my fingertip. And I pop a boner! Hisao pops a boner! An orange peeling boner! Orange peeling boner! Rin chews the slice carefully, savouring it as much as possible. I become fixated on the movement of her jaw. God, Hisao is a fucking weirdo. The trickle of the juice glistening on her lip. The way her throat moves when she swallows the orange slice. After I realise what I'm doing, I turn away, because she's being creepy, feeling embarrassed about watching her so intently. It's not the same as it usually is. The orange? Painting. Oh, well, is anything like that ever the same? It is, sometimes, I think. I don't know what, though. It might be starting to paint differently soon, if this goes on. Well, wouldn't that just be that change you keep talking about? She thinks about it, blinking her eyes a few times nervously. For a moment, absolutely nothing happens, as if time itself did a double take. We stare at each other in silence, only that faint tangy scent of orange floating between us, and the muffled sounds of traffic in the background. Then I pick up another slice and hold it to her, just shove oranges in her mouth. Eat the carrots, eat the baby cat, eat the kid, eat the baby kid. Right, you have no idea what I'm doing if you've never seen Workout Guy there, so don't worry. She takes it from me with her mouth, just like the first one. I didn't think it would be like this. Well, keep going and keep on going and see what happens. Not like you can do anything else. Yeah, it's the only thing I can do. After that, she says nothing more. In the ensuing silence, I feed Rin the rest of the orange, one slice at a time. Then I peel another for her, which she eats as well. The third I eat myself, and the rest are left in their plastic bag, which I put on a small desk next to the couch. She stands up and returns to her paintings, with a strange look in her eyes that I haven't seen before. Like most of her expressions, it is completely unreadable. Orange juice time! Today is a day for orange juice. Even if I asked, she wouldn't explain what it means. I don't think she'd even know what it means. It probably doesn't even have a meaning. It's just a face that she pulls because she has no concept of emotions. Or she might, but she buries them. I have no idea. Some days later, I spot Rin and Sai standing together in front of the gallery as I walk down the street toward the gallery. I feel like the twice of the gallery was unnecessary. Some days later, I spot Rin and Sai standing together in front of the gallery as I walk down the street toward the gallery. Yeah, you could have dropped... you could have said out front as I walked down the street towards the gallery. I think having gallery in there just seems really needless. They seem to be talking to each other while Sai has a smoke. Good afternoon. I say this even though it's not really afternoon anymore. It came a bit later than usual since I got caught up doing homework. It's going to be dark soon. Hello there, Hisao. Come to visit the little kitten again? Rin makes a face at the nickname. I guess she doesn't like it. Ironically, the way she wrinkles her nose like that really does make her look a bit like a cat. Hello. Sai turns back to Rin to continue the conversation they were having. So, in other words, everything is going well enough? Rin makes a difficult expression and turns her face away from me for some reason. It's difficult. It's like I'm missing something, but I will do it. Work hard and it'll be fine. I'm gonna have to start working on my part of the preparations. I need to do a sales catalogue, invitations, decorations, advertisement, and so on. I need the names for your works, and we'll also need to think up the general theme for the exhibition. They don't have anything like that. I'm not very good with words, so I don't use them. If I cannot use them, I mean, sometimes I have to, but I think that there's not a time like that at all. You don't like naming your works? I don't like it. Well, I guess it's hard to come up with a good name for something like this. I call it fucking mess on a plate. I'll call it face with fist coming out of it. I call this one messy splodge of paint. This one is weird thing I don't understand. Anyway, I'm gonna stop here because it's been 30 minutes and I want to do more. So, thank you for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this episode of Katawa Shoujo. I will see you next time for more Katawa Shoujo. Katawa Shoujo. And see you then. Bye-bye.